Welcome back everyone, and thank you for joining me today. We're about to step back into 1969, a time when the American automotive industry was at its peak, the highways were filling with big, comfortable cars, and Ford was one of the leading names in delivering style, space, and performance. The car we're looking at today is the 1969 Ford Galaxie, a full-size classic that represented the best of what Detroit had to offer in terms of design, engineering, and versatility. This wasn't just a car, it was a statement about what American families wanted in the late 60s, and it still turns heads today as a piece of rolling history. By the late 1960s, the Galaxie had been on the scene for a decade, and Ford had worked hard to refine it year after year. The 1969 version stood out with a fresh new body design that gave it a more squared-off and modern look, moving away from the rounded curves of earlier models. It stretched out to nearly 220 inches in length, making it a true full-size car that looked imposing on the road. The front end was bold, with a wide grille and quad headlights giving it a confident stance. Some trims even came with hidden headlights that added a touch of futuristic style. Depending on which version you bought, the Galaxie could be dressed up with chrome trim, vinyl tops, or fender skirts, showing that Ford was paying attention to both mainstream buyers and those who wanted a little extra flash. One of the biggest strengths of the 1969 Galaxie was the variety it offered. Ford made sure there was something for everyone. The base model gave you affordability and practicality, the Galaxie 500 added more style and comfort, the 500 XL leaned sporty with bucket seats and a console option, and the Limited offered luxury that rivaled more expensive brands. Body styles were just as diverse. Buyers could choose a two-door hardtop if they wanted something sleek, a four-door sedan for family duty, a convertible for fun in the sun, or a station wagon if they needed maximum practicality. This flexibility meant the Galaxie wasn't tied to just one type of buyer, it appealed to young couples, big families, and even older buyers who wanted a reliable cruiser. Under the hood, the Galaxie really showed its range. The standard engine was a 240 cubic inch inline-six, which was dependable but not exciting. Most buyers, however, went for one of the many V8 options Ford offered. These started with the 302 small block and moved up through the 351, the 390, the 400, and the 429, all the way to the legendary 428 Cobra Jet. That engine, borrowed from Ford's muscle car lineup, gave the big Galaxie serious performance potential. It's worth remembering that in 1969 horsepower was a big selling point, and Ford wanted to make sure buyers had choices to suit their budget and driving style. Whether you needed a basic commuter or a highway bruiser, the Galaxie could be ordered to fit the role. Transmission options included a 3-speed manual, a 4-speed manual for the performance-minded, and the popular 3-speed automatic that most families preferred. Driving the 1969 Galaxie was an experience all its own. This was a car designed for the wide-open roads of America. The suspension was soft, the ride was smooth, and the cabin was quiet, making it perfect for long highway cruises. With power steering and power brakes available, it was easy to handle despite its size. The larger V8 engines provided strong acceleration, especially the big blocks, and while the Galaxie wasn't built to carve corners, it had enough stability and confidence to feel secure on the road. Compared to smaller cars of the time, it wasn't agile, but that was never the point. The Galaxie's strength was its ability to deliver effortless comfort and plenty of space. Speaking of space, the interior was one of the car's biggest selling points. This was a true 6-passenger vehicle with wide bench seats that made it feel like a living room on wheels. If you opted for the sportier XL trim, you got bucket seats and a center console that added a more performance-oriented feel. The dashboard design was straightforward, with big, clear gauges and just enough chrome accents to keep things stylish without being over the top. Ford also offered a wide range of options to suit different tastes and budgets. Buyers could equip their Galaxie with air conditioning, AM/FM radios, power windows, and even power-adjustable seats. Fully loaded, the Galaxie could rival near-luxury cars while still being priced within reach of middle-class families. Safety was becoming more important in the late 60s, and Ford made sure the Galaxie kept up with the times. The 1969 model featured energy-absorbing steering columns, dual-circuit brakes, side marker lights, and shoulder belts for front passengers. These additions were a response to new regulations but also a sign that carmakers were beginning to take occupant protection more seriously. While it still didn't offer the kind of safety features we expect today, it was a step in the right direction for its era. Looking back now, the 1969 Ford Galaxie has a special place in automotive history. It represented the height of the big American car before the oil crisis and emissions regulations of the 1970s began to change the industry. Collectors today appreciate the Galaxie not just for its looks and performance but also for what it symbolizes. It was a car that could be tailored to almost any lifestyle, from an affordable family sedan to a stylish convertible or even a muscle car in disguise. Restorers love the Galaxie because parts are relatively easy to find, and the car's simple mechanical layout makes it approachable for enthusiasts. At the same time, its big size and bold styling give it a presence that's hard to match. Culturally, the Galaxie also tells the story of its time. It reflects an era when families were moving to the suburbs, when road trips were becoming more common thanks to the interstate highway system, and when the car was as much a part of the American dream as the house with a white picket fence. The Galaxie was built for this world. It was about comfort, style, and the freedom of the open road. For buyers in 1969, it wasn't just a car, it was a symbol of status and success, something you could proudly park in the driveway and know it said something about you. Even today, seeing a well-preserved or restored Galaxie from 1969 makes you stop and appreciate just how much character cars of that era had. From its long, sweeping body to the sound of a V8 rumbling under the hood, it's a reminder of when automobiles were more than just transportation. They were experiences. And the Galaxie delivered that experience in a way that's still memorable more than 50 years later. So that's the story of the 1969 Ford Galaxie, a car that combined size, style, comfort, and performance in a way that made it a standout of its time. If you enjoyed this deep dive into a classic, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future reviews, stories, and explorations of automotive history here on VeloView.